Hi, I'm Ellen, and welcome to day 25 of Vlog Every Day in April. Today's topic is other lives, past and also future. Now, to be clear, I am purposely using past and future lives for reference points. However, my belief and understanding at this point is that there really is no past and future. Everything happens simultaneously. And so think of a stack of pancakes, a really, really tall stack of pancakes. And there are our past, present, and future lives. And so when you consider it that way, when you consider it vertically rather than horizontally, it really changes perhaps our perception. I know it changes my perception. Because when we look at a stack of pancakes face on, we can see all those pancakes like that. And they're showing me they compress, of course, they compress in a way. And because of the way we're viewing them, one on top of the other, think of how we would then put a fork through them. Work with me here, because the visual part is really important. With a tall stack of pancakes, let's say we take our fork and we put it right down through the pancakes. Let's say there are 10 or 12 pancakes, just as an example. We can literally get a bite out of all 12 pancakes all at once, with them lined up vertically that way. If they're horizontal, like an accordion, it's not so easy to grab bites of all those pancakes at the same time. In fact, we probably couldn't. We'd probably just start from one end or the other and take one of those pancakes, or as someone just said, flapjacks, and lay it down and then take care of that one and then do the next one. So it's very much one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, rather than all at the same time. And so it is with time as I understand it. Our human conception of time really skews how the energy of multiple lives that we live work. Okay? So thinking about it that way, imagine then that our present life is at the center of that stack of pancakes. Our present life as we're experiencing it. Okay? And then we have all these others above us and below us. And I'm going to change now from pancakes to tracing paper. And let's just imagine that there are 12 sheets of tracing paper, and each one has a visual representation of our various lives. And then when you stack those papers together, from the top, you can actually see the different visual points on each sheet of paper because of its transparency. So imagine then that all the lives your soul is experiencing, can be looked at all at once. Doesn't that make them feel more accessible? I hope it does, because when we do past life regressions, if we're holding the context that we're having to reach far back in time to witness lives that we've lived, it could make the energy of the experience a lot more dense. And in fact, it's not dense at all. With denseness comes slowness, comes less agility, comes less ability to see clearly and efficiently. If we can go into a regression holding the context that all our lives are simply like a stack of pancakes, or better, tracing paper. Then imagine how that context makes the whole possibility of viewing those other lives much more easeful. And let's just say it, easy. Doesn't that feel exciting? Doesn't that feel more hopeful? And so it's the same thing with those future lives that we're currently living too. Easily accessible. So going into a trance, a hypnotic trance, which is what regression is. It's just an altered state of consciousness. We're still fully aware of ourselves. It's just that in addition to that, we've offered ourselves another frame through which to experience other lives. And in that state, we can think, they're showing me at this point now, they're putting all that tracing paper and they're putting it into a book form. And so imagine just saying, yeah, let's see, which one do I want to look at today? Maybe do a cosmic pick, which I love doing cosmic picks. I love taking a book or a magazine and just riffling through it and then stopping at whatever page feels good and then opening it. So imagine that you can take yourself into a meditation where your intention is to witness another life. Maybe forget about saying a past life or a future life. Just say another life. Trust that it'll be one that will be beneficial for you to witness, and then be super curious about what comes up for you. It could be a really fun exercise. And it could be a very beneficial exercise. I have done past life regressions a few times, and I've seen about 10 or 11 other lives. I will say, within that framework, because at the time I didn't think of other lives the way that I do now. I didn't think of time as I do now. And so I was concentrating on only the past as we view it from our human perspective. And so that's what I saw, all the way back to Atlantis, which was a lot of fun in the sense that the whole exercise, the whole experience was just really a lot of brain candy. A lot of heart candy too, by the way. And it didn't even occur to me that I could view what would be considered future lives. However, I have experienced future lives during dream time and seen some really cool things. I'm such a technologically appreciative person. I love technology, and in at least one dream that I still remember vividly, even though it was one that I had years ago, I remember seeing a few things within the scope of my dream that I was like, holy crap, is that even possible? Can we even do that? How does that happen? And it just gets me excited because of, what's possible for us within the scope of our evolution. And saying that it's already possible, it already exists, it's just that within our current context, we don't see it. At least we don't see it as readily as perhaps we could with some practice. So, I'm really curious to know, have you experienced past life regression? Have you experienced future life regression? Is it called regression, or do you want to call it progression? Let's call it progression. What are your viewpoints on other lives? How do you view them? Do you view them in a very kind of linear way, that timeline way of here's the past, here's the future? Or do you also view them as they're all layered on top of each other and wholly accessible in that way, easily accessible in that way? So let me know in comments if you'd like to. And until next time, you take really good care. Lots of love.